Hello gamers, welcome to another edition of Tonight on Mage Hammer's Game Table, where tonight I am continuing my series featuring my own role-playing game I designed, Delves and Dangers, a fantasy, rules-life fantasy role-playing game. And if these look like rules that you think you want to try at your table, you can go up to itch.io at the link in the description below and download it for yourself. Also, just a quick summary, our heroes at the end of the last episode, they entered in with one of these rituals of Arachness. The call of Arachness is attempting to bring their goddess into the Swordlands, where our heroes are the Agents of Argos, and they're trying to prevent it. They have not done very well so far in their quest to stop this cult, but this might be the time to turn the tide. We shall see. There's only one other location left for them to help prevent before Arachness' cult fulfills its quest. However, at the end of the last episode, they burst in trying to stop this ritual. There is a priest of Arachness, and he has some dread elves hanging, and he's about to sacrifice. I think he has to sacrifice both of them. He is defended by arachnoids, spider humanoids, and a couple spiders over in this web-choked room here will also come to their defense. Our heroes are led by Honey Underwood, halfling cleric of Aegis, Reggie, human thief, and then we have Salazar. Salazar Moonbright is our elf fighter specializing in the bow. And then we have Thok Glow Anvil, a dwarven wizard. So, we're just going to get right into it. They are underneath Control's Peak, trying to stop this ritual from happening. And let's get into it. It's initiative. Start this episode off with action. All right, so they need 2 successes. It looks like Honey is going before, Salazar is going before, Reggie is going before, and Thok. Ooh, was that a 2 or a 3? Thok has an exploding die. Nope, Thok's going to go after. All right, well, could have been better, I guess. Want Thok to go first, but that's not going to happen. All right, so Honey is going to go after this arachnoid, trying to break open the path to the priest. So she's going to attack with her warhammer. She swings it at the arachnoid, and arachnoids have that much stamina. Okay, she swings her warhammer. All right, so she gets to reroll a failed die, and she has 2 exploding dice. So she gets to roll 2 more than Adam. Nice, so that's a good start. 3, 6, 7. 7 successes on her swing at the arachnoid. They have a 2 armor, so that's 5 damage to the arachnoid. So all right, so that's that one. Oh, I'll go this way. This one, this one, this one, this one. Okay, so that was Honey. Salazar is going to take a shot at the priest. Got to stop the priest. So Salazar, they've all leveled up recently. He has 9 dice with his bow. So he is going to take a shot. And not too bad. He's got 3 exploding die and another exploding die. All right, so that is 3, 6, 9, 10. Nice. Now, this priest is wearing armor. So that's going to be, I say 9 or 10. Yeah, I'll say 10. Minus 2 is 8. The priest has that many. And so we're at that. So that was good. Good shot. Good shot. All right. So now Reggie is going to use his, his thief ability where he is able to get +4 at the level he's at, in addition to his normal rolls against creatures that are engaged with allies of his. So he normally has 7 dice with his 2 weapons, and then adds another 4. So he's hoping to take this one down and clear a path to the priest. They can stop it before he does it. All right, so has, I don't know if it's on camera or not, but has 3 exploders and 2 failures. Another exploder, another exploder. All right, so that is quite a bit. 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 damage. Nice. -2 is 11. That's more than enough to take that injured arachnid down, arachnoid down. So the arachnoid goes down, opening up a path. Now the arachnoids attack. This one attacks Reggie, and these two, this one goes at Salazar, and this one goes at Honey. So let's do it. So the arachnoids have, they have a bite. So let's see. Looking for another of my pages. Yeah, I figured as much. Yep. So there's bites, and then, yeah, okay. So we'll do, the black dice will go on Reggie. The red dice will go on Honey. And the bone dice will go on Salazar. So, boom. 3 on Salazar, so 1 gets through. Honey, there's an exploding die. Okay, so 2, that's not enough to injure Honey. And Reggie has an armor of 1, and so far 2 successes, so 1 goes through. So he takes 1 damage. So Reggie takes 1. That puts him down at 15 stamina. And then Salazar only takes 1 as well. He's down to 14. However, he does not have the immunity amulets that Reggie and Honey have. So he needs to make a strength resistance roll. His strength resistance is this. He needs a DL2. And he makes it, 5 and a 4. Good. So the poison does not affect him. They're venom. So now we go to Thok. Thok does his best to try to sleep that priest. So he gets 7 dice. Casts the spell. He has to spend 2 power points for a sleep spell. And then casts it away. It's the only one within range. So it's all going to him. And he manages to put the priest to sleep. He needed 4. That priest had a mind resistance of 4, and that was 5 right there, putting him to sleep. So he's not able to complete his ritual. So a small victory for this crew, but they still have quite a bit of danger going on here. The spiders have entered at the end of the last round to defend the priest that's on the ground. And then that's it. Let's go to initiative. Okay, so I say queso a lot. I'm wondering if the the closed caption says queso, Q-U-E-S-O. All right, so, okay, good. So Reggie's going ahead. Looks like everybody's going before the arachnids and the sleeping priest. All right. So Salazar's got to fight the one that's in front of him. He gets 7 dice with his short sword. Stabs at his opponent. Ooh, all right. What that is. So exploding die. All right. So does 3, 6, 7. -2 is 5 damage to that one. So there you go. And then Honey, excuse me, man, something in my throat. She swings her warhammer at her opponent, trying to take it down. And she gets reroll 1 failure and has 2 exploders. And so she gets 5. -2 is 3 damage on that one. All right. And then Reggie. Reggie's going to attack. 7 dice. With his short swords. Slice and dice. Ooh, a lot of good explosions, Reggie. He's got 3 explosions. All right, so 3, 6, 9. -2 is 7. That is almost, almost enough to take that critter down. So, that was that. And you know what? He's tried it before. He's going to try it again. He's going to try to put those giant spiders to sleep. He's got enough power points to do it. Because things sleep, right? If they sleep, as far as we know, spiders sleep, so they can sleep. So he's going to try it. 7 dice. I'm dropping dice left and right here, man. All right. So, against their mind resistance, yeah, so they go to sleep for now, which is good because they were going to try to wake up the priest. And so now the arachnoids attack. So black dice on Reggie, bone dice on Salazar, and red dice on Honey. So 4 on Reggie. So -1 is 3. So Reggie takes 3 more. But he doesn't have to save against the poison because he is protected by an amulet of immunity. Honey, all right, this is Salazar. Salazar, his chainmail absorbs the attack. And then Honey is taking 1 damage, and she does not have to save either because she also is wearing an amulet of immunity. Now, Thok and Salazar have potions of poison resistance, but they aren't using them currently. All right, so that's all of them. The sleeping things have to be awakened, and right now we'll see what happens. They attacked instead of trying to waken them up. So let's go to initiative and see what the initiative is going to be. Okay, so Reggie's going before them. Salazar is going after them. Reggie's going, or Thok is going after, and Honey is going before. So, what to do? It's an unfortunate thing. Reggie's going to keep fighting, so 7 of his dice. 7 dice on his Arachnid. That was a 3. So that's a 5, 6, Exploder, 7. So does 7 -2 is 5. That is enough to drop. That's enough to drop Reggie's. So Arachnoid down, and he moves up to kill. He's going to kill that thing on his next round. So that was Reggie's. Next up is Honey. She is going to attack with her Warhammer against her Arachnoid opponent. She gets to reroll a failed die roll. And she has 2 exploding dice and another exploding die. All right, so 3, 6, 8. -2 is 6. That is enough as well to drop her Arachnoid. It's almost as if they've lost the will to fight. And she, too, is going to go on her next round to finish off and smash that spider's brains. I think they went the priest alive. And now, this Arachnoid is going to attempt to run and wake up the priest. But Salazar will get a free hack at it since it's trying to escape with his short sword. Ooh, 4 exploding dice. Yes, please. All right, so that is 3, 6, 9 minus 2 is 7. That is more than enough to fell the injured arachnoid. All right. So they slay these 2 spiders. And there's the priest. They tie him up. They have no love for dread elves, but the dread elves are unconscious, paralyzed probably from poison, and they're going to let them kind of figure it out themselves. They're going to take this priest and they're going to leave this room just in case they do get free. And they're going to go back upstairs over the traps that they overcame and all that. And they're going to question they're going to leave the delve and they're going to question their captive. And so he's tied up, and they say, they wake him up, throw some water on him, and they say, well, see, what's going on? Why all the fuss? Why are you trying to bring Arachness here? Because this world needs to be saved from itself. Arachness must have all of its prey for herself. Oh, well, that's not quite how this is going to work. Oh, yeah? Well, you can stop me, but we got one more place. It only needs 3 to happen. You're lying. You better be lying. No, I am not. Arachness will come into this world. If not her, her harbinger. And the harbinger will then pave the way. You think we will rely on only one of these? Yeah, I think so. I think based on our map here, I know a little bit about webs, having watched spiders my whole life. And they need places to anchor webs. And I think we took down one of your anchors. And there's silence from their captive. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, tell you what. We just teleport. We can't teleport for another 3 days. Or another day. No, wait. 2 more days. So we're going to have to start. What we're going to do is... I don't know what to do. What should we do? He just starts laughing at him. You will not be able to stop Arachness. I love it. And Reggie's like, you know what? You just let me at him. Let me at him. I just want to... No, I'm not about to... I know they're evil, and I know that they're trying to do horrible things to the world, but I have a problem with... All right. Tell you what. This is what you're going to do. We're going to untie him, or we're going to give him about a minute, and then we're going to go out. No, that's barbaric. Well, then Salazar talks. He doesn't talk very much. So I say we leave him tied up and let nature decide whether he survives or not. I know it's dangerous, though. I mean, he could escape, right? Or he could, like, call spiders to him, or who knows what could happen, right? I suppose. Oh, you have that communicator, right? Right, Thok? You have the communicator? Yes, I do. Contact Lanessa. Have her send some people to our position. Have them teleport to our position. They know where we are. Like, through the... And then they can take him and capture him. They can take him back and interrogate him while we continue on our mission. That's a pretty good idea, honey. I'm going to do it. So he contacts Glenessa. She sends 2 agents. They come and they guard him, and they're going to teleport out in 3 days because the teleportation rings work once every 3 days. And they're going to stand guard while our group continues their journey. Now, they're going to... Well, they don't really need to journey. They're just going to be able to teleport. So they're going to need to spend the next 2 days here. And they'll have two extra guards here with them. And we're going to see if there's going to be any encounters while that's happening. So 2 Agents of Argos, a fighter, and a, just in case there's an encounter, and a cleric, dwarven cleric. So they're going to be hanging out here, keeping an eye on the prisoner, and our group is going to be resting. So it's been a couple hours, and power points regenerate at a rate of 2 per hour. So Thok is going to have his 8 power points back. And but they're not necessarily going to heal unless they use their healing, but they're not going to use that either. So we're going to see if anything, they're going to go hide inside the delve too, which is going to help mediate any encounters. So I'm just going to roll to see if there's, I'm just going to roll once to see if there's an encounter while they're waiting out the night. Of course there is. So they're inside the delve. They're in a hallway, and let's see what happens to wander in from the outside. You gotta love it, you know. You just gotta love it. All right, so let's do this. Oh, that makes sense too, actually. So that's good. All right, so they're just alert and everything, and I'm gonna give the only one I'm gonna give a chance to detect this is Salazar. Now, Salazar has a mind of 2, and I'm gonna give him, and he gets +1 for perception rolls like this as an elf. So, and he gets 2 successes. I think that's enough. They hear this the sound of. I'm gonna say that he hasn't regenerated all of his power points yet. The sibilant sound of scales on stone as a giant venomous snake makes its way down towards them. What the? Look alive, people! Look alive! So we'll go to our hostile foes. Giant snake. And we're gonna make it a giant venomous snake for fun. Okay, cool. All right, so the snake is heading their direction, so we're going to roll initiative. And looks like everybody is going before the snake. Good, good, good. All right, so Salazar takes aim and fires off. As the snake makes its way down the corridor towards them, he gets 9 dice with his bow. And he gets not that many. He gets 1 exploding die, though. Nope. All right, so that's 4 against the snake, and it has 2 armor value, so that's only 2 damage. So that's his attack. Then Honey moves up to greet it and smash it with her warhammer. She thought about doing something else, but rerolls a failed roll because she's a harefoot. And 4. I mean, her dice are on fire. 4 exploding dice, all resulting in a success. Wow, she like took that warhammer to slam that thing in its head. 3, 6, 9 minus 2 is 7. Not quite enough, but man, it did not like that at all. Reggie, taking advantage of his thief ability to be able to attack, get a bonus to attack somebody engaged with his opponent. Wow, that's out of control. It's gone. It only has 3 stamina left. He's got 2 exploding dice. I mean, that is damage for days, folks. So that was a success. So 3, 5, 8, 12 damage minus 2 is 10. Man, that was nasty. He exactly stabbed it right in the brain. Right in the brain. Well done. Well done, Reggie. Ugh, okay. So that's the only encounter they had there for that, the rest of the day. And then I'll see if there's one in the night. Only on ones because they're undercover. So no encounter in the night. The next day and night. Yes, at night they're going to have an encounter. And then they'll be able to teleport away in the morning. They are at full strength. So their stamina is all at full. His power points are all at full. Let's see what's coming away. Because there's places in the delve they did not explore. So 1, 2, 3, it's coming from the delve. 4, 5, 6 is coming from outside. So it's coming from the delve. We'll see what it is. And if these guys have to help fight, they'll help fight. So let's roll it up. 25. Ooh, that makes sense. All right, let's see how many of those I want to have. Let's make it a fight. I'm going to have 5 of them. 5 of these creatures are making their way towards our opponents. All right, so they're coming at him from down a hallway. And so this is the hallway. It's only a 10 by 10 hallway. And they're going to come into a room here. Let's say they're holing up in one of the rooms. This is just the parameter of the rooms. These guys are over in the corner. And they have the doors shut. And there's like scratching at the doors. Uh-oh, what's that? Something approaches. Well, we can't let him take our prisoner. Don't worry, that's not going to happen, says the other agent of Argos that has been assigned to keeping an eye on him. Okay, well, I don't like fighting, but if we have to fight, we have to fight, right? I mean, that's, you know, Aegis has seen fit to test us with this, so I'll open the door and we'll see what it is. So she opens the door, steps to the side, and the creatures kind of tumble in, and we're going to roll initiative. Oh, they smell horrible. All right, so I don't like the smell of these guys at all. All right. They are nasty. Okay, so they are ready. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so initiative. We'll go with initiative. We'll see where that takes us as far as what my next steps are in the combat. Oh, I wish I could dropping dice. That would be great. All right, here we go. So, Salazar's going before. Wow. Very rarely, but it happens. Reggie's going after. Oh. And Honey. What happened? Oh, I didn't drop down. He's dying. I didn't replace it. Reroll a failed roll. Honey's going before. And Thok is going before. And this dwarven cleric yells, "Ghasts! Ghastlies! Wear their paralysis touch." And so we gotta be careful. So Thok is gonna fire a lightning bolt at these two here. So he's gonna spend 2, 3, 4. He's gonna spend 4 power points. And so that's gonna be 4 extra dice. So that's 11 dice on his roll. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Yes. Right. Yeah. And he unleashes his spell. So, goes against their agility resistance. They have a decent agility resistance. We have 2 exploding dice here. And another exploding die. So that is a success. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 minus their agility resistance, which is 3. So that is a good amount. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. And Ghastlies have, yeah, so these two are just like charred remains by the end of that attack. Okay, so that was Thok, and then he kind of moves back against the wall. Honey is good against undead, so she attacks this Ghastly. So she gets to add 4 dice to this attack. So she's rolling 10 dice on against undead. She gets to reroll a failed roll. All right, and she has 1 exploding die. All right, 4, 8, 10, minus 2. No, minus 1. That's enough to take this one down. The power, holy power against undead, nothing like it. And then she moves up on this one and engage it. Oh, I forgot. She has to make a... Well, she's immune because it's kind of a poison. So she's immune to the stench. It doesn't affect her because of her poison and hasn't gotten close enough to anybody else to have to make that roll. Salazar is going to fire an arrow at this guy over here that's heading for Reggie. Salazar unleashes an arrow. Now, 1 exploder. This is a 4. All right, so he gets 3, 6, 7. Minus 1 is 6 damage. Still alive, that one. And, yeah. All right, so this guy moves up on him. He's going to attack, and then when it's Reggie's turn, he'll have to make his... he doesn't make his roll because he rolled an amulet too, and this is basically... It would affect him as if it were some kind of poison. So I'm giving him immunity to the effect. Okay, so it attacks him. They have 8 dice and then 4 for a bite. So the bite is going to be these are going to be the claws. So they're nasty if they get close to you. And then 4 from the bite. This is on Reggie. So the bite does 2. That's enough to get through Reggie's defense by 1. So Reggie is at 15 stamina. And then the claw attacks. All right, so only 5 get through. Minus 1 is 4, so 4 damage. So, and normally he would have to make a save or resistance roll, sorry, or be paralyzed. Now, Honey is also getting the same treatment. A lot of dice from Ghasts. So the bite does 4, which is going to reduce her by 1. Claws her through her armor and shield. So she takes 1 damage, and normally she would have to make a strength resistance roll. Oh no, that's against the claws, not the bite. All right, so we have 3, 6. So 3 get through from the claw attacks. And she does not have to make a resistance roll. I think it's bite and claws on the resistance roll, but no big deal. And so that brings us to these guys. This guy moves up and he attacks. Now he rolls, he has a battle axe. He's rolling 6 dice, and then he gets +3 against undead because he's not as high level as Honey. He's only 2nd level. And he gets 2 exploders, which fail. And he's at 3, 6, 7. Minus 1 is 6. And can't remember which is, oh yeah, so I don't think that one's been injured. Yeah, so it's still up, still active, but it's fighting 2 clerics. It's not long for this world. This guy is going to go over and help Reggie, and he attacks. He rolls 6 dice. And he does for 5 minus 1 is 4 damage. And that is enough to fell that one. All right, so now he's dead. The smell is bad, but it's going to be almost kind of irrelevant. I guess I'll make that fighter make the roll anyway, the resistance roll. And he needed deal 3, didn't make it, so he's going to be debilitated a bit. Minus dice off his attacks, but I don't think we're going to have to worry about it. This cleric has to make strength resistance. Doesn't make it, so he's going to be... They're at -3 to all their rolls because of the stench. Honey is immune because of her amulet. And now that brings us to initiative, which I have a feeling is going to end up being moot, because I think they're going to take this last ghastly down. Rick Gas. Oh no, Reggie. I forgot. Reggie gets an attack. I forgot about poor Reggie. I always forget about poor Reggie. Well, that was a horrendous initiative roll. All right, so Reggie is going to move up and attack, and he gets his sneak attack bonus. 5, 6, 7, and then 4 more at the level he's at. And that's going to be more than enough to take this thing down. So he finishes it off, and the ghasts are defeated. So, woohoo. Okay, so these two go back to their guard duty, and the priest is just laughing at them. They close the door. They remove the bodies and close the door, of course. All right, so that was that. So the next morning, our company bids farewell to their allies, the other Agents of Argos, and they wish them safe watched. And then they are going to teleport away to their next destination and pray they are not too late. They need to stop this, because they can't take the chance that this priest is not telling the truth, and that if they can't stop this other ritual, that it won't actually bring him into the realm. So they need to take care of that. So they go outside and they teleport. Now they're going to teleport according to their maps. They're going to teleport a day away from the next delve location where the ritual is taking place. And so they teleport in, they head out into the wilderness. All right. And they have a day's worth of travel, and then they have a nighttime worth of travel. So we'll go, this is here. Head that direction, or head in that direction. And it's mostly hills here. And they're fully healed. Their stamina is back. And so that brings us to... All right, I'll show you where we are on our map here. So they've teleported outside the spire, and they have to travel through some hills/forests to get to the spire where that is happening. Teleported from up here to here, and they're a day's travel away. The teleportation circle is a day's travel away. So we're going to see if they have an encounter in the day and the night. 1 or 2s in the wilderness. So they're going to have an encounter each night. Okay. All right. I think for fun, one of these is going to be a spider encounter, or a arachnoid, or maybe a priest, or whatever, or something like that. The followers of Arachness are going to try to stop him, and the other one is going to be a random. All right, so let's see which one it's going to be. The daytime one or the nighttime one. So whichever is the higher roll wins, and that'll be... So it's going to be the daytime. Okay, that works. Okay. So I have a strike force ready. As they're walking, they come upon an area that is very webbed, as if the web is spreading. So I don't know if I like the looks of that. No, I don't like it at all. All right, so we're going to see if, first of all, we'll see if the perceptive one can... And he doesn't. And then Reggie, give him a perception roll. Give him +1, or give him his proficiency die. Wait. I think I see something moving. Beware, everybody. We've got company. So we're going to make these paralysis spiders. Paralysis spiders priestess. She's behind a tree right now. And we're going to make 3 arachnoids come out of the trees, and they start towards our hero. And she's there by the tree. She's like, "You think you can stop our goddess? You are wrong." And so that's where we're at. Let's go initiative. Okay, so Thok is going before, Honey is going before, Salazar is going after, and Reggie is going before. Okay, so Salazar's last. Okay, we got this, we got this. All right, so Thok is going to try Sleep Spell. Spend 2 power points, roll it, and I know the mind of those. The mind of those, I think, is that. Let's make it that. Okay. I mean, I guess I could check real quick, but it's okay. I'm pretty sure I know what it is. Yeah, good. All right, so he's going to cast a spell. And gets 2 explosions. 1 explosion. All right. So 3, 6, 7, rounded down to 6. So 3. The lowest minds go first, so 3 of the spiders fall asleep. And that's his action. Next is Honey, and she moves up on this arachnoid and attacks for Aegis, for Argos, and attacks the arachnoid. Holy moly, she's been rolling the most exploders. That's a reroll of failed die, and then 2 exploders on top of it. Wow, I mean, she was fired up. That battle cry worked. 3, 6, 9, 11 damage on Arachnoid. That's 9. That is enough to take the Arachnoid down, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, man. Bam! Takes it down. Take that, evil. And then that's her attack. Reggie was hoping to get, so he only has daggers, so he's gonna move up behind Honey and whip a dagger. He doesn't think he's gonna be able to hit that. He's gonna try for the priestess. He's gonna whip a dagger at the priestess. So he gets I think for his dagger it's 6 dice, and gets 1 exploding die and another exploding die. All right, not bad, not bad. 6 successes. She has an armor of 2, so that's 4 damage to the priestess. All right. Get my stamina points down. All right, those, and then her, and she takes that much. Okay. All right, so that was Reggie. Well done, Reggie. Now they attack. She moves up and wakes up one of the spiders. This arachnoid moves on him. This arachnoid moves on her. This spider leaps and is going to attack Reggie. And then this one is going to go forward to try to go after these guys. And it makes it there, but cannot attack. All right. So that was all. Let's see. So the 2 arachnoids, they have 4s on Honey. So doesn't get through armor, nor does the other attack get through armor. So she's fine, and then the attack on Reggie. All right, so he takes 2 damage, but he does not have to roll a resistance roll because he has his immunity amulet. So that is that. All right, so now Salazar is going to fire his bow at the priestess. She needs to go down. So fires off. 9 dice. And, not the best, but not terrible, I guess. Exploding die. Okay. So that's 3, 6, 8. Minus 2 is 6 damage to the priestess. All right. And now it's initiative. Ugh. Oh, Reggie just made it. Honey is going before Thok. Thok is going before. Good. And Salazar. Everybody's going before the opponents. That is going to be very helpful in this round. Obviously. I guess that goes without saying. All right. So, what to do? Thok has got to fight this guy off. Thok is nervous. So Thok is going to cast a defensive spell. 1 for damage ward. And that is 7 dice roll to try to get a defense perimeter up between him and the dripping fangs of this creature. All right, so he gets 3, 6, 7. And divide by 2. Rounded down. So it's 3. So he has an armor of 3 currently. So that'll serve him well. All right, so that's his action. Salazar is going to take another shot at the priestess. Can't let her continue to live because she's dangerous. So all these priestesses are dangerous. And 2 exploders. So not bad. 4, 8, minus 2 is 6. That's enough. She goes flying backwards before she has a chance to wake up the other spiders. All right. That's them. Okay, Reggie's going to attack his opponent. He doesn't quite get his sneak attack on this one. Still not great. Only 4 minus 2 is 2 damage on that one. So not enough to do what he needs to do. Honey is swinging at... Oh, wait a second. I messed that up. Honey's swinging at... Yeah, okay, I got this. At one of the arachnoids, I guess the one on the right, she has 6 dice for her Warhammer. And that's only 2. Oh, not enough. Oh, she gets to reroll a failed roll. Yep, nope. She does not harm the arachnoid. That's not great. It happens, though. All right, so... that is everybody. All right, so this spider attacks Thok. They have an attack of 6. They have a nasty bite. Oh my gosh! 2 exploding dice. Woo! So that's 3, 6, 7. He reduces by 3 because of his damage, or he's still taking 4 damage, and he's going to have to make a strength resistance roll to be paralyzed. 4. He's taking 4 damage. So he's at 11. And he needs to make a strength resistance roll. That's 3 dice for him because he's a dwarf. That helps. And he makes it. Woo! So he's not paralyzed. He fights off the poison. All right. And then the spider on Reggie. 6 dice there. And only does 2 damage. And Reggie has his amulet, so he does not have to make the resistance roll. And then 2 attacks by the arachnid. They only attack on 4? The arachnoids only have a 4 attack. I think so. Should have had them boosted up with the priestess. Do that next time. All right, so that one doesn't get through, and that one doesn't get through. So they are unable to penetrate her armor, and she fights them off. Now it's initiative. All right. No. So Honey goes after Thok before, Reggie before, Salazar before. Okay. All righty. Here we go. Okay, so Thok is going to hit this one right in front of him with a magic bolt. So that's 7 dice. trying to take it down. All right, so that's 3, 6, 7. Minus 3 is 4 damage on that one, so that's good. He got through a little bit, but not enough quite yet. All right, and then, so that was his attack. He cast a spell. He can't break out of combat. Salazar is going to help his friend and attack with short sword for 7 dice. That is nice. That's a nice hit. 6, 7. Minus 3 is 4 more damage to that one. All right. So they're fighting. They're fighting. Reggie, 7 dice. Stabs with his short swords. Slash, slash, slash. And 6 minus 3. And that is 3 damage to the one he's fighting. All right. And now it's their attacks. So the spider attacks Reggie, bites back, leaping at him, moving very quickly. So that's 4 successes minus 1 is 3 damage. 3 more damage to Reggie. All right. And then 2 attacks on our girl, Honey. Exploder. Not enough. Man, they can't get through her armor. Good. They have kind of weak attacks. They kind of rely on their venom. If they, if they can get somebody with their venom, then they can take it. But she's immune to that too currently. So that was everybody. So that moves up Honey. She takes a swing at the one that, I guess none of them are injured. She takes it, yeah, she had a horrible roll last time. She swings, reroll a failed roll, and she has an exploding die. So that's 6 dice, 6 damage on one of them. Minus 2 is 4. So chipping away, chipping away. All right, initiative. Don't think they're quite in desperate straits, but Honey goes before. Salazar. All of them go before the Arachnids, so that's good. The followers of Arachness, making their presence known. All right, so Thok, once again, keeps dodging around as best he can and is unleashing a magic bolt at his. And that is 3, 5. Minus 3 is 2 more damage with the magic bolt. Not quite enough yet. Getting there. Salazar is going to attack. 7 dice with his short sword. And that's good. All hits. 7 successes. 7 minus 3 is 4 more. That's enough to finish that spider off. Oh, thank you, friend. It was getting on my nerves. And so, I guess Reggie's going to attack his 3, 6, 7. He really wants to get in. He wants to get in and like be adjacent, but this spider is just not letting him do that. So he's got to take this spider down. And that's not quite going to do it, I don't think. That's 5 hits minus 3. It's only 2 more damage on the one he's fighting. Not quite enough to take it down. All right. My LED pad has not been operating properly lately. I think the batteries are gone. Okay. So Honey is going to swing at the one she's been working on, the one she damaged before, as best she can. Ew. Reroll a failed roll. Nope. She is unable to damage that arachnoid. So that is their attacks. So 2 arachnoid attacks on Honey. Oof. Might actually be getting through this time. Yep, 1 damage to Honey. Honey is currently, she's at her maximum, so that's 15. And then the second one has 2 exploding dice. So that's 5 minus 3 is 2 more. So she finally takes it. She would normally have to take resistance roll or take extra damage, but does not have to because of her amulet of immunity given to her by Glennis, the Holdfast Lord Mayor of Argos. Okay, then the attack on Reggie. Yikes. All right, so he takes 5 minus 1 is 4 more damage. And he does not have to make a save either because he is also wearing an amulet of immunity. The two down there, we don't have to worry about it. And there's nothing else to fight over here. Okay, so that brings us to initiative. Okay, so Salazar's going before, Honey's going before, Reggie's going before, and Thok is going before. Good, 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 good. So arachnoids don't stand a chance. Oh, and the spider too. All right, so Salazar knows and needs to give his friend benefit of the attack. So he's going to move up and attack. That'll help Reggie take this thing down with his particular set of skills. All right, so 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 minus 3 is 5, and that is enough to finish that spider off. Teamwork makes the dream work, all right? And then Reggie is going to go up on this uninjured arachnoid and attack with his special ability, Take It by Surprise. That is going to be 7 dice plus 4 more for his sneak attack. Oh! Oh my gosh, that is awesome. So, wow. 4, 5 exploding dice. That's pretty exciting. All right. And then that one's exploding. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 14 damage. Minus 2 is 12. He slaughters it. Bam. Slashes it to ribbons with his sword. And then Honey is going to swipe 3, 6 with her Warhammer. And she gets to reroll a failed roll, and she gets an exploding die. So she does 4, 6 minus 2 is 4 more damage to that. And that also takes that arachnoid down. And then they finish off the 2 sleeping spiders. Jeez, oh man, this is getting out of control. The webbing is spreading through the forest and the arachnoids are everywhere. We must proceed with caution. And so they do so. So they go through into the night and they take a rest. It's been several hours. He's going to have all his power points back. Reggie is going to use his own healing stones. Healing stone to bring himself 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. And he's going to use a charge of his healing stone to heal himself 4. That brings him to 9. He's going to use another charge. He's not comfortable with the amount of discomfort he has. 6 more. So, yeah. So that puts him at 15 out of 16. So he's happy with that. The others are going to keep theirs where they are in case they need them tonight. Speaking of which, they camp. We're going to set a watch. We'll see whose watch it happens on. 1, 2, 3. It's going to happen on Thok's watch. Thok has his back against his bush. Reggie and the cleric there, the elf there. All right. And we'll see what they're going to encounter in the night. That doesn't really make sense. That can make sense. We'll do that. And we're going to get crazy. And it's going to... Oh, man. Is that really so wise? I don't care. I'm going to do it anyway. Okay. All right. So find my other miniature of that. I'll just leave it. All right. Let's see if we can have Thok sense the approach of these monsters. He does not. What happened? What? So he is dozing off when the monsters approach. And they're going to get... They come flying at him. They're trying to avoid the fire, so they flip down the tent. And they can't quite see their attack, so I'm going to give them -3 to attack. They're just going to swipe down in the tent at whatever's in there. Because they're not quite sure. They smell it, but they don't know exactly where they are because the tent is covering them. So they're just going to slash at the tent. Give them -3 to their attack roll because they can't see. -3 dice. Okay. Let's go to everybody's favorite. All right. They have a lot of dice. So, with the -3, it's that, and then the other one's this attack. Black one on Reggie, and the white ones on, the bone ones on Honey. All right, so not too bad, Reggie. He sleeps in his leather armor, so he's going to take 5 damage. What the? And then Honey... That is a lot, Honey. 3, 6, 9, 12 -3 is 9 damage. All right, so on that is initiative. Awake, awake, we're under attack. All right, so Salazar before, Honey before. Uh-oh, Thok after. That's not great, which makes sense. He's kind of flat-footed as it is, but Reggie before. So they move up and they attack this troll here together. Honey attacks. She has her shield, but she doesn't have any armor on because she sleeps without her armor. And reroll a failed and exploding die. So 3. Trolls have an armor of 2, so she does 1 damage to that troll. Trolls have a lot of stamina. I might need to give them more. I don't know. We'll see. You can always give them more if you want. If you think that the monster needs more. But I think that's good for their purposes. All right. Then Reggie gets his sneak attack bonus, so that'll help a lot. So he gets 7 normally and then 4 more for a sneak attack bonus. All right, here we go. Ooh, that is not great at all. So that's 6 minus 2 is 4 damage. Not great. Okay, so that's going to be ugly. Thok is like, I need a fire spell. So, but he still doesn't get to anyway. So these 2 have gone. Salazar jumps up. And he's going to take a round and put his chainmail on. He's sorry, but it's just the way it's going to happen. All right, so he jumps up and takes the round to put his chainmail on. All right, the trolls are here. The troll sees, he sees the dwarf, but he doesn't like the fire. So he's going to swipe at, Honey. The other one's going to swipe at Reggie. So it's 14 dice because they have 2 claws, 7 each. So 14 dice. That's a lot of dice. So the attack on Reggie Do that one first. Not too horrible. -1 for armor. That's 3, 6, 9 damage on Reggie. So he is barely standing. He's been cut up pretty badly. All right. Now the attack on Honey. 3, 6, 9, 12, 14. 2 claws, 7. And there is quite a bit. Exploding dice. All right, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 minus 1 is 12. That knocks Honey down. Honey is down. This could be bad. All right, now Thok is going to... Thok has to move here. He's going to unleash a lightning bolt, and that's also going to affect Reggie, but he's desperate. So, lightning in this game does not heal trolls. They just don't regenerate fire or acid damage. He spends 2 and then 6 more. So he's spending all of his power. So that is, he gets 7 for his casting roll. Then he gets another 8 for the power points that he fed into the spell. We're not sure. We're going to see if Reggie's going to survive this, but got to make sure the trolls don't survive it. All right, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Should be 15. 2, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, that's fine. All right, so only a 1 exploding die. Oof. So that's still, you know, respectable. So that's 4, that's 6 and 6, so 12 damage. Reggie has a 5 agility resistance. So he only takes 7, but he's down. Reggie's down. And this one is down. This one is injured. Blew it all off on 1 shot, but he got the attention of this troll. All right. Initiative. So we're going to put Reggie and Honey last. And then, so we're going to roll initiative for Thok and Salazar. Thok goes after, not great. And he goes before. So, Salazar can run over and use his healing stone on Honey. Can't get to Reggie. And he's going to use 1 this time around. So she's back to 6. All right. So that's that. And we're going to put her at the end of the round. She'll be able to get up and attack if she needs to. And so that was Salazar. Now the troll is like, Dwarf! And then it goes after him. And 14 dice. 8. And he does not have damage ward up, so this could be the end. All right, he gets 3. Could be worse. So 3, 6, 9, still up. Thok is still up. And so Thok gets to send a force bolt. This thing regenerated 3 stamina, by the way. Send a force bolt at this thing. Magic bolt. Trying to take it down. That's 5 against a 4, so that's 1 more damage. Getting there, I guess. But he's standing in there tough. He's standing in there tough. Now, Honey is going to get up and heal Reggie. 3, better nothing, so he doesn't have to die. He's going to get up and attack this thing from behind. And so that he gets 11 dice. Yeah, he's a little woozy from his unconsciousness. All right, so 3, 6, 8 minus 2 is 6. That's enough to take it down. Quickly, Salazar grabs some fire and they start stabbing it with fire, and everybody, they just kill it, stab it, fire it until it's done. And same with that one. Probably should have that regenerate. That's okay. The lightning fried him. It was like, you know, it was. You've ever seen anybody in the pictures of people struck by lightning? It's kind of charred. Whew. So they use the remainder of their healing stones and pass the night uneventfully. And they arrive in front of the delve. And they're going to head in at the beginning of next episode. All right, gamers, thank you for watching. It was a pretty exciting episode, lots of action. Thank you so much for watching this and commenting and liking. I really appreciate all that. If you have anything else you'd like to say, any comments on this, the system, or the game, let me know. Until next time, keep on rolling dice and playing games. Mage Hammer out.